I know we're ready for spring on this side. Couple teasy days, and now it's back in the freezing cold, but all good. So we got a bunch of stuff to go over today. Thank you all for coming. I'm Rob Manfredi. So we're going to do a quick PowerPoint on just quick overview of Bamboo Solutions and our products and the security configurations. Then we're going to get into the new subscription program and an overview of that. And then we're going to do a quick demo of our 5 top selling products that we think every intranet should have. So without further ado, let's just get into it. All right, so Bamboo, we're a leading provider of both enterprise class software applications and consulting services for SharePoint and Microsoft 365. We've got both large and small. All of our products are available on the GSA schedule as well. Our subscription program has not yet been added, but we're ready to submit a mod to that as well. We are a Microsoft Gold partner. It's got new designations now, so it might be a little bit old to call us a Gold partner, but we still have our status. And we've had over 8,000 customers download our products and try them out, so we're pretty excited about that. Whoops, missed a slide here. So Bamboo's been around for, 20, 25 years. SharePoint Experts, which is our company, purchased Bamboo in 2016. So our company has been around for the past 10 years. We're about 40 folks. And when we acquired Bamboo, they were just simply on-prem, which we still support, both 2016, 19, and subscription edition with our on-prem products. But we've also developed 27 products for SharePoint Online, which is what we're going to focus on today. At some point, both the subscription edition and the SharePoint Online will be a similar framework, and products will work across. But for right now, our SharePoint Online products just work on SharePoint Online. However, we do have 50 products for SharePoint On-Prem if you're interested as well. So just from an architecture standpoint, our products are SPFX solutions. That is the SharePoint framework. They run within your SharePoint Online tenant. It is not a SaaS model. It's not a PaaS model. We've got no reach back to our products. They're completely self-contained within your app catalog and within your tenant. Note, these are not add-ins. We've seen add-in support starting to go away, which is fine. We have SharePoint Framework products, which is the recommended path for third-party products for SharePoint and all of Microsoft 365. So it is the go-forward solution and the like. So all of our products are available through our website, the most recent versions, but we also have, I think it's 15 products now at Microsoft AppSource as well. So they usually take a little bit longer to get to the current version. So you're more than welcome to grab our products from either location. Okay, the first thing we want to talk about is licensing and support for the products because we're pretty unique. We've got 2 plans. We've got a perpetual license and maintenance model where you can buy the products and they're yours forever. Or we've got a new easy to access subscription program. So let's talk about that. So the subscription product licensing is a single price for your entire SharePoint tenant, and it allows you to bundle anywhere from 3 to 6 of our products based on your enterprise tier. So enterprise tiers are essentially how many people do you have in your SharePoint tenant. If it's under 2,000, it's tier 1. If it's 2,000 to 10,000, it's tier 2. 10,000 to 100,000, 3. And then if you have over 100,000 users, which we do have a couple tenants that are that large, that's tier 4, and we'll look at the pricing in a section. But essentially, it gives you the flexibility to create your own bundles of products. If you choose any 3 products from our catalog that you want to make into your bundle, then that becomes your bundle. While you're on your subscription, it does include full in-person support, as well as upgrades and new versions to that product. You can pay for your subscription either monthly or yearly. It is a yearly commitment, but you get an additional discount if you want to pay it up front. We are in the process of launching our subscription portal, which will be linked to your Bamboo Store account, and that'll allow you to update your payment information, cancel your subscription, upgrade your subscription, downgrade your subscription, do all the things that you would normally be able to do with a subscription. Now, what's nice is we did add a feature where let's say you choose 3 products. After the first year using our telemetry, you see that one of the products is maybe not right for you guys anymore. We do allow you to switch out your products. So we give you that flexibility so you're not making a commitment during your subscription that you can't change. So flexible bundles on renewal, you can switch out your products as needed for other products as your needs change. So the subscription plans, we talked about the different tiers. So if you're under 2,000 users, you can grab any 3 web parts for as low as $356 a month or $3,800 a year. So you can see as your size of your tenant increases, the price does go up just to help us cover our support costs, because more users mean more site collections and more implementations or more instances of the product. But you can see we've tried to keep the pricing something that a department could use and really spice up their intranet or really get things going on their lists and searching. And then here's the tier 3 if you're between 10,000 and 100,000, and then over 100,000 users. At any time you can add, you can upgrade, downgrade, make your bundles what you want, and we think it's a really great way to now gain access to our product. Now, most of our products, I think there are 2 that are not available in the subscription. One is Alerts Plus because it requires some Azure services, and the other is PMC. But everything else is available. So these are all the products that you can choose. We've got product pages for, and I'll show you how that all works. We're going to focus today on looking at 5 of our products that are listed here that could be part of your subscription. If a subscription is not your thing, and for some large companies, they just want to use their capital budget to buy products, we still have perpetual product license pricing. So it's a single price for your SharePoint tenant. You buy the product. Let's say it's around $4,000 for any one of our products. That includes first-year maintenance. You can then deploy that product on as many site collections as you want. Second-year maintenance, which we do recommend you stay on, is 22% of the purchase price. So it is very much a license maintenance model. That second-year maintenance is optional, but we do recommend you stay on it. And again, we would add an enterprise tier support fee per account if you're over 2,000 users. So that's another option. If you're a super small business, right, we also have small business pricing for and not-for-profits, which is simply the cost of maintenance. So if you're under 100 folks and a for-profit, if you're under 300 and a not-for-profit, whatever the perpetual license price is, you would actually just pay the maintenance price, which is 22% of that, and that would become your small business pricing. We'll show you where that's outlined on our thing. The enterprise tiers for perpetual license, if you're 2,000 users, it's nothing. If you're between 2,000 and 10,000, it's an additional support fee of $2,500 per year, not per product, but per account. So it's a one instance charge. So even if you have 5 products, you're still only going to have that enterprise support just once on your account. And then again, if you're under 100,000 and then over 100,000. So let us know if you have any questions on that. So we've got 2 pricing. We've got the subscription, which is you choose your tier and the number of products. And we've got the perpetual license, which is a one-time purchase, plus any enterprise costs if you are large. Okay. One of the unique things we also offer with our products is a product called Bamboo Tenant Manager. And this is a free product that's used to manage the licenses within your tenant. So imagine you add Calendar Plus or List Rollup or List Search. Where you license those projects is in Tenant Manager. So you put the license code in, it activates the products, and then you can put those products anywhere. You don't have to license each instance that's out there. We have added new usage statistics for your products. And this is being rolled out this month and next month. We have to add new libraries and new releases for each of the products. But what they will do is not only is it going to simplify your license management, but it's going to create telemetry data that you have access to. So this is visibility into product deployment and usage across your SharePoint tenant. You can track key metrics, resource utilization, make data-driven decisions to maximize the value, right? So we can see here your number of products that are installed. We can see how often the products have been accessed this month, this year, or year to date. You can see if you drill into each of the individual products, you can see what site collections they're installed on, what sites they're installed on, how many unique users have accessed them. And this gives you a really good flavor of utilization to justify continue your subscription. Like I said, we've got some customers that have, one of our products on 10,000 site collections, or we've got maybe a product that's used on only 15 site collections, but it's accessed by 3,000 or 4,000 users a month. And those kind of things really show you the power of transformation that the Bamboo products can have within your intranet. Okay. Let's take a quick tour of our website. Drag this over so you can see some of this stuff. Okay, so on our website, which is bamboosolutions.com, under the products page, you can see the left products are for SharePoint Online, all the blue ones, and the green ones are our on-premise versions for 2016-19 and subscription edition. All right, so we're going to focus again on the left side. Now, if we look over here, we can view all the products. We can view our small business pricing and discounts, and we can see our subscription pricing, right? So if we look at subscription pricing, it has all the information that we have. We do have some pre-release pricing. So if you want to get into the subscription pricing before we launch the portal, we'll add some additional discounts in there and get you started right away. But it talks about all of the creating the perfect bundle, the different plans. Here are the subscription levels that we just saw in the PowerPoint. And then here's a list of the products that are available, and then some simple terms and conditions related to the subscription. So everything you need is there. Let's go back to our homepage. The second thing is we have our tenant manager where you can learn more and see some additional reports. So if you click on that, you can get information about the tenant manager in terms of the licensing. There's the image that we just saw in the PowerPoint. And then there's another image, which is the drill down image here that shows you that and the like. So tenant manager is used today. The products are slowly we're going to have 5 products released, I think, this month that will have the telemetry in it, and then we'll get the next group out, So if one of the products you want doesn't have telemetry, it will soon as we make those releases. Okay, if we look at the products, we've got a great list of products. Each product has its own product page, so we've got a little description of what the products do, including our tenant manager. But let's say we wanted to look at org chart, which is one of the products we're looking at now. So we've got a free version of org chart, and we've got a paid for version of org chart. So if we look at the pay version, we get, again, a little overview of everything that's going on. We get a nice movie that we can see it in action, and then we get pricing. So this is perpetual pricing, that's $4,000. This is the small business pricing, which is $878, and we've got our ideas there. And we're going to have a new box that says also available in a subscription. So that's when we'll know the portal is up, that will be there. And that will then link to the subscription page and then link to the portal page that allow you to get into the subscription. So we've got lots of really exciting things going on, but let's take a look at what some of these products do. So the first product that we want to see is going to be org chart. So what org chart does is it allows you to create an org chart that is pulling data from either your Active Directory or Entra or a SharePoint list. So you can create your org structure in list data, or you can pull it from Entra. So we're finding some larger customers, their Entra is just a mess, right? So it doesn't really make sense to use the organizational data there. So you can create a list. We get you a sample of what that looks like, and then you can build your orgs there. Also, if your org information is an ADP or Bamboo HR or something like that, you can use Power Automate to bring that data into a list, and then org chart will run off that list. But we allow you to have multiple action buttons, multiple views. We've got easy configuration. And again, if we are going to Entra, we can grab it through the Graph API, or you can grab it from a list. We've got some really nice filtering and prefetching and post-fetching filtering that allows you to get rid of things like assets, or if you just want to show an org chart for a specific group, you can filter those out and just show a specific group as well. So lots of things we're going to take a look at really well up front. And then again, here's our SharePoint list data, so we can see a list. And then your automation could either be from Power Automate, grabbing it from Excel or ADP, Workday, et cetera, or you can actually use one of our product list bulk import to grab it from an Excel spreadsheet and move it in. So lots of ways to build your lists that we all know and love and the like. The difference is between the free version, the premium version. The free version and the premium version both have Active Directory and list support. However, you only have one rendering engine in the free version, and you've got 3 in the premium version. The pre-filtering and post-filtering is only available in the premium version. The integrated voice call, emails, Teams chat is there. Integrated search in the advanced rendering engine is only the premium, but they both have basic search. So there is some searching capabilities in both the free and premium. If you download the premium, it'll run, or even the free, it'll run as premium for 30 days during your trial. If there's no license, then it will all just revert to the free version, and you can upgrade it anytime. So let's take a look at what this product looks like. So the first thing I want to show you is the list that we're going to be pulling the data from. So it's really just a simple list. We actually let you download the sample, and then you can just create the list from a CSV file and then add your own data to it. So we've got lots of different information that you can choose to fill or not fill, but it's got pretty much everything you'd want. And the way the org structure works is you just put the email of who the manager is and then the title. So you can see that Courtney here reports to me, so because that's my title there, right? So then you just sort of say who reports to who, and then once that's done, we just point org chart plus at it, and we get an org chart. So let's go ahead and make this full screen. Oops, there we go. So we can make this full screen. We'll zoom in a little bit, not that much. Thank you very much. And you can see the rendering engine is kind of cool because it does let you dynamically adjust. So this is one of the rendering engines. And you can also click on a person and make a Teams call, make a video call, send them an email, chat with them in Teams, or schedule a meeting. Here's all the additional information that you can choose to show. And then, of course, we do have our search. So if you're looking for somebody, let's say, look for Zishan, right? So we'll say, where is he? Oop, there he is. He's right there. And we can see he's part of the federal team and the like. So let's go ahead and go back. You can see we can also view it this way, and the like. Now, that's just a quick overview of one of the products. Now, if we look at how this thing is configured, our products are added to your app catalog. And then once you add it to a page, just like you would any other web part, you've got the ability to configure it. So let's go ahead and can't quite see this. No, I don't want to do that. Go away. Oh my gosh, why is that being hidden? Edit isn't working. Why isn't my edit working? Oh my gosh, I've really boogered this up. Hopefully you all are better at SharePoint than I am. All right, there we go. Chasing that little guy around. There we are. So now we've got our data. So in this case, you just tell us where the SharePoint list is. There's your sample CSV. You can choose again here whether you want to use Active Directory or the SharePoint list as your data source. And then you choose what is your starting node. So if I just wanted to show an org chart that started with Courtney down, I would just put her as the top user. And then down here, we've got some nice filtering. Now, the pre-query is only for Microsoft Graph, but the post-filtering works on lists. And this way you can just say, you know what, I just want people who are in the services department, right? So I can do that, and that will filter out based on your list data, and it will show only the people that have services as their department. Or an email, and you can see that does not include, starts with N-WINS, is not empty, right? So a lot of times you've got assets that you don't want to show, so you can just say, as long as they've got an email, I want to show in my org chart. So there's really some neat ways to do that. And then in here, you can see we've got just we got 3 different org structures, and then we can lay them out horizontally or vertically, depending on what you want to do, and then and the like. So lots of configurations. We definitely want you to do a try versus and buy. So starting a trial is free, no credit card needed, and off you go. All right, let's take a look at the second product. Moving right along. Second product is called Tabify. What Tabify does is it allows you to organize web parts on a page into a tabbed interface, right? So this provides some nice visual clarity. It declutters your intranet. So if you've got, let's say, a weather app and an employee app and then one of our products, you can put them in a tabbed interface with nice titles. It helps with the navigation. And then we've got a great little blog post here in terms of enhancing the user experience. What's nice is we've got, I believe, I think it's 7 or 8 different tab types. So this is called pills. The colors are configurable, or you can use the colors that are related to your theme. And then the titles of the tabs are customizable as well. And it fits nicely within the container. And we can support up to 20 tabs. They will wrap around, and also the titles will wrap. And you can even put HTML in the title. So if you want to have a little icon or make something bold, you can do that as well. Pretty cool. We'll see it in action in a second. We do have a free version that only supports 3 tabs and 1 tab style. So you can do that as well. So let's take a look at Tabify. Bring it over. And it's really a simple product to add to any page. And we think pretty much every page should have it. So here we've got another tab. We've got a little people picker. We've got our images. We've got one of our products, Calendar Plus, that we're going to see next. And then we've got YouTube videos. So rather than having all these web parts that are in a just stacked on top of each other vertically, Tabify will tab everything that's in that web part zone and fit it to the width of what's going on there. And really all you do, whoops, it was in edit mode. Interesting. Is you add the Tabify product, which is here, into the same zone as your other web parts, and then it will Tabify all of those. And then in your settings section, which this one's a little bit easier to get to because it's on the right. Right now, the current version supports 10, but we're adding another 10. So you'll have 20 tabs that you can Tabify. You add your names in there, and then you've got all your different, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tab types. And then there. And then the new version also has colors that you can pick for your themes as well. So this version is, I think, 1 version behind on that. So very cool, very easy to do. Is just drop Tabify and off you go. Now, every time Tabify is accessed, it's going to drive data back to the telemetry. And you can see on how many pages Tabify is there, how many times people are accessing it, and the like. So really kind of a cool way to manage what's going on in your world. All right. The next product we want to take a look at is Simple Search. So what Simple Search allows you to do is really give the control of searching for either documents or items in a list to the user. So it makes it very easy to find what you need. So rather than using the search bar at the top, which searches just everything within the site and the subsites, you can actually point Simple Search at a document library that exists anywhere in your tenant on a different site collection, same site collection, doesn't matter. And then based on the metadata or the list data, we actually create the form. And then based on the column types, if they're dates or currency, we add a lot of operators automatically that let the users look for documents that were created within a certain date range by a certain person of a specific type, et cetera, et cetera. And all of this type of searching allows the users to get the expected results and also build some pretty complex search criteria to find things they want. Now, what's nice is it's even better than the out-of-the-box search because we can do partial word searching, we can do ranges of dates or ranges of numbers, and they really get the relevant searches they want using this. Now, we've also taken Simple Search, which allows you to point to a single document library or another one. Oh, here's a great little features that make the search easier or different, right? So we can easily do the and or operators. Number fields and currency fields and Boolean fields can be searched. They cannot be searched in out-of-the-box SharePoint, so you can't really search against currency fields. Operators such as is equal to or is greater than are quickly selectable, right? You can target a specific list or library. You can do partial word searching, which out of the box doesn't do. You can search within a filtered list view, which is pretty powerful if you've got very large lists and a whole bunch of different views. And then, of course, you can export your results and things like that. But we've also integrated list search with another product called List Rollup, which allows you to actually build a schema of multiple lists or multiple document libraries, and then you can execute a single search against multiple document libraries at once. So list rollup would aggregate the lists or libraries into a schema, and then simple search searches that schema. So that's really powerful if you've got, let's say, 4 or 5 document libraries, but you want to consolidate the searching against those at a single location, right? So it's pretty neat. And then again, those things can be on different site collections, right, to build up your schema and stuff like that. All right, so let's take a look at how this thing works. So here's simple search. And this form is added to a page. And when I do a search, I'll just do a search for everything. We can see we've got a bunch of items down here created by, we've got some super old dates in here, et cetera, et cetera. So if I wanted to say, you know what, I want to see everything that's related to finance, and I get a very large hit list, and I know I only got 2, but let's say I got a big hit list, I can say, you know what, I just want to see things that were created by Courtney. And it actually allows me to search and retain what I have and then refine my results down here. And then, of course, I can just click on this like anything else and take a look at either the document or the list item, right? We do have a nice search in all columns feature as well if you're not too sure what you're looking for. But again, when you've got a modified, right? So you can even do in between dates. So if I want to see everything that was modified this month, so between the 1st and the end of the month, I can find all documents that were modified within that date range or the like. So really powerful. And the way this is set up really gives you a lot of control as an administrator to create a search experience that's very specific for the use case that you're trying to do. So if I open up my gear wheel, here we can see that we can search a specific list or library or a schema. This is the list rollup integration right here. So if we choose a list, you just tell us where it is in your site that there's a list. We can get our list of lists, which is here. And then you can say, all right, I'm going to build a search against this list that's called Simple List Search Demo. All right, that's in this site collection. Now, it'll give you all of the columns or metadata. And then you can choose what you want to add to this form that users can search against. So you can have it as slimmed down or as big as you want to give them as many options to plug in data, or it could just be 1 or 2 things. It doesn't matter. Then you can choose whether it's whole cell or partial cell. You can choose whether everything should be ANDed together or ORed together. Again, that's an admin function. We are thinking of adding this to a choice box so the user can select whether it's an AND or an OR. And the like. Now, in addition, you can choose how you want your results to display, right? So you can define a custom view or use a SharePoint list view. If you use a custom view, you can tell us what columns you want down in your search results down here to show the user so they can choose what it is they want. And you can also change your sort order of those results by 2 different columns here, right? Your highlight color and a bunch of other things. So it really allows you to quickly create a search experience that gives the users the expected results that they want with list search. And then if you add list rollup to it, you've got just a dynamite pairing. All right, let's move on to the next. We're going to take a look at Calendar Plus. So the calendar experience in SharePoint Online is lacking for sure. You can do lists and you can do events and things like that, but it's very much a list view. What we're trying to do is take that data that exists in your lists or Exchange and display it within SharePoint in a more calendar-like experience. So you can roll together multiple data sources into a single calendar view. You can color code those events and calendars. You can search across those multiple lists. And we've got a whole bunch of cool things like week numbering. We've got new month views that have come out. We've got multi-month displays. We've got some great tooltips going on. We've got a legend that's filterable. And of course, we can connect not only to a list, but to Exchange. So, you know, we've got in a classic view this sort of calendar overlay, right? But there's nothing like this in a modern view. But this overlay's also got a lot of limitations in terms of permission handling as well as information that you can display. And over here is a quick shot of our calendar. So we also have a great blog on what makes the Calendar Plus solution better than the out-of-the-box calendar. And we've got a nice sort of summary of those right here. But we're going to see this thing in action as well. Again, we talked about Exchange support, so you can tunnel into Entra and grab calendar information and bring it in as well into your calendar. So Calendar Plus, let me pull it up here. Brings in data from multiple data sources into a calendar experience. So what we're aggregating the data for now is 2 lists and 1 Exchange calendar. And you can see it brings over the calendar categories and the custom categories as well. Here's our project calendar, here's our oversight calendar, and then here's I always call this the Easter calendar because of the colors. But you can see the pop-ups are configurable and could show additional details without having to click on the event. In addition, we've got all these views that you can choose to turn on or off. And of course, you can go just like a regular calendar to any month and take a look at what's going on. It is bidirectional, so if the users have permission to access a calendar or see the data, they can also add information to those sub-calendars right from this calendar. So it really becomes the full experience. Now, as you bring lots of data together, you may want to turn something off. Like if I don't want to see my Exchange calendar or my project calendar, just my oversight calendar, great. And if I want to turn off a couple of these categories, I can. And right now I'm just seeing meetings in the oversight calendar. If I want to just add in my planning, I don't think there's anything and the like. So this is, oh, there we go. There's one. This is really a nice way to create a view of information that is something I want to interact with. And of course, I can turn them all on or off with a nice little button right there, and off we go. So from a user standpoint, really nice experience, a great way to bring all of your conferences, release schedules, marketing things into a single calendar on your portal homepage. And the configuration, again, is very similar to what we've seen in all of our products. Once you add Calendar Plus to a page, you simply go into our configurator, which is our little gear wheel. And you get a flyout that allows you to configure it. So you can turn the new button on or off. You can make these as big as you want before you get the more button. So right now I've got it, you can see 3 events before you get a more button. You configure your data sources. You let us know if it's a list or an Exchange calendar. You give it a friendly name. You tell us where the list is. You grab the list. You tell us what is the title, what's the start date, what's the end date, what do you want in your tooltip, so we can add some more stuff. And then if you want a category or not, you just tell us what is your multi-select that is a category, and you can choose to have all of them, some of them, and you can even filter this data down using a SharePoint view or even specifying a filter condition such as, geez, I just want anything that's got a description that says public in it. That's the data I want to roll up into this calendar. So the source calendar may have a ton of stuff, but anytime they put public into the description, those are the ones that are going to go up to this maybe centralized calendar. So really some nice stuff that allows you to get everything you want. And then you just keep adding lists and exchanges to your heart's content. You just keep adding more and more and more. And then you can have all sorts of neat things over here in your view. You can choose, which calendar views you want as your default, which views you want to give to the users, whether you want week numbering, where your legend sits, and then you can actually rearrange your calendars in the legend to a different order. And you've now configured your calendar to work within your intranet. So this is one of our top selling products, really a must-have for every website out there, every intranet. Another interesting thing that's lacking in the intranet world is a really good image slider or image rotator. So our image rotator, called Carousel, is 508 compliant. It really allows you to attract the attention to important content. It allows you to link that content to other sites by clicking on the image and going to those sites. So if you've got a benefits image and a description of what that is, you can then, if the user clicks on the image, go to the benefits enrollment site or something like that. We also allow you to do some interesting things with publish dates and expire dates to automatically add and remove images to the image slider. So it's very smooth, very easy to navigate. We let you add text to the images and linking to the images. Ordering is simple. Fitting it into a little corner is easy. But in your out-of-the-box SharePoint, you've got a couple image options. One is the image gallery. which really has no pause or play. This white space kind of doesn't look really good. And there's no caption. So yes, you can rotate through images, but it doesn't really give you any information about the image or links to other places or things like that. The hero image is also interesting, but you can only have 1 to 5 images on here, and only the largest image can be given information like this learn more. You can't customize the image titles for these other ones, and the images are uploaded one at a time and are located where the web part is located. So you can't have a centralized repository of images and have the image slider exist somewhere else and point to that image library. So really kind of neat, very well used, but not very useful in terms of conveying information to your users. This is image display, lots of white space here, and you can only have a single image. And then here's our carousel. So it's really pretty. It shows a nice image. We've got the text down here at the bottom. We've got navigation. We've got pause and play. And really, it's a folder of images with metadata that this thing is accessing. So very simple to do, but let's take a look at it in action. So here is that carousel on a page. And essentially, you can see I can set an image with an expiration date. I can also set the timing of how long it takes for the image to rotate. So you can see it now loading the next image. New text can be displayed. If I want to move through, I can actually hit the next button as well. So we've got new text for this one. I can also go to any of these images I want. And if I see something I want to spend some time on, I can hit the pause button and it will stay on this image as well. So it's kind of cool the way this works. Let me edit this. I just show you some of the settings. So you can create a new library, right, for your images, right? Or you can point to an existing library, right? So this is the existing library. It's here. And then there's this demo library called demo libraries, right? So once I've done that, it just starts working. Now, what's interesting is I can also add images to that library right from the product as well. Right? So here's my library with all the images, and then here's the metadata, right? So we just put in there what is the body that's going to show at the bottom, the text, right? You can change the order of the images just by changing the order here. You can then have it linked to another URL. So these are linked to Bing search, and you can choose to open in a new tab or open in the same tab. So that's your choice. We do support the button alt text, which is good for readers for the 508 compliance, but you can also do an activation date and an expiration date, right? So what this will allow you to do is automatically pull an image out of the carousel after a certain date or publish it on a certain date, right? So if it's a benefits enrollment, it's a certain period, you can have it show up and then disappear after the enrollment period. So really easy way to do that. And then on the settings, you can actually just grab a random number of slides. So if you've got, let's say, a party show or something, and you got 100 images in there, but you just want to show 20 of them, you can just grab 20. You can specify the dimensions of the carousel, or you can have it adjust to the size of the photo, which is kind of spazzy. You don't necessarily want to do that. And then you can change your theme color as well, and your font color, and a bunch of other neat things that allow you to make this carousel on this page do what it is you want it to do. Okay, so that's carousel. And I think we got one more. Nope, that was it. That was 5 of our products. So we looked at 5 products today. And I wanted, again, reiterate that these products are all available either on a perpetual license model or on a subscription, right? And if you want to see our subscription grow here, you can take a look. We are doing some discounts for early sign up before the actual portal's launched. We do have our small business pricing for perpetual licensing, and each product can be bought as a perpetual license as well. So I'm going to open it up to questions. We got a couple questions in here. Let me take a look. We will send out a recording of this to all of you so that you can share it with your teammates. Calendar Plus does honor the Exchange calendar's permissions. Absolutely. So the logged in user, the calendar has to be shared with the logged in calendar user. So everything adheres to either SharePoint permissions or your Exchange permissions, right? So when you're bringing in a calendar from Exchange, a lot of people use like asset calendars, which are shared with everybody so everybody can see it. But if you're bringing in a specific person's calendar, that person's calendar has to be already shared with the person that's in SharePoint. Otherwise, they won't see the calendar. It won't break, they just won't see the data. Calendar Plus is pulling custom categories from the Exchange calendar. If those custom categories change, you have to re-add or refresh the settings. So it's not actively pulling, but when you set it up, it grabs all of them that are current. If the new one is added, it won't automatically show until you go into the settings and just refresh it. Simple list search only works with modern sites, but you can search lists that are in classic sites. I hope that answers that question there. So list search, oh yeah, so it'll work with classic lists and modern lists. That was your question, absolutely. Org Chart Plus and the new Org Explorer, soon to be released by Microsoft. I have not seen that yet, but we will take a look at what that is all about. We're finding that a lot of the Org Explorers are based on Exchange data, which is sometimes a mess. So having something that accesses lists that you can manage sometimes is a lot better. But we'll take a look at what Org Explorer does and the different features that is in that. So we appreciate that feedback as well. All right. Well, my information, if you want to contact us, you can just contact us through the Contact Us here or email me. You've got my invite from this list, and I will send you all a recording and my contact information. I'd love to set up a one-on-one with you to go through your use cases, or we've got full support to help you with the trial. So if you want to trial any of these products, it's no credit card needed, free for 30 days, and includes full support to help you install it, configure it, and train you on how to use it. Once you're ready to start, you can choose either a nice simple subscription program or buy the product outright as a perpetual license. So again, thank you all for your time today. And we do have a partner program. I do see some partners on here. So if you want to take a look, we've got a great partner program under About, and there's our partner network program as well. So thank you all for coming, and we'll see you soon.